This, my friends, is the Freedom Oak project, and I'm super excited to show you guys around and what we've been doing the past couple months. All the siding and trim on the exterior has been completed. We went with an AZEK on the fascia, the soffit, all the trim around all the hardy board, and then your James Hardy smooth lap with an 8-inch exposure. Also, we got our standing seam roof system 100% completed finally. I mean, that's a really good feeling as a builder, knowing that the house is protected from the elements if it does get a hurricane or storm. For this house, it's a 24 gauge, so it's pretty thick metal. Probably the thickest you're gonna find on any residential home. 1.5 inch seams with a 16-inch pan, the striated pans. That striation in between the ribs is really gonna hide any imperfections in the roof. If you see a roof with the flat pans and it kind of looks like an oil can, that's why we kind of stay away from that and keep the striations of the roof. Usually mold bars are like 2 inches. They have a plastic cap that comes from the manufacturer. Well, we had to use a PSL that was 3.5 inches. So we had to make our own covers for the molds. This is actually gonna get painted black, a matte black, same color as the windows to try and make it all look like one uniform unit. The porch is gonna get finished off in these granite pavers from Teco Block. They're actually a little bit thicker than most. They're 3 1/8 thick. A little bit more modern, sleek look than you're gonna get with your typical Chicago red brick. So we got our exterior doors, the mudroom door and the front door. It's also in that rivery covered cypress that we use on the ceilings. Blackwater Timber up in Georgia, they're the ones who built these doors. And it just kind of ties everything together, just look like an awesome door. So all our exterior porches still have that rivery covered cypress. Right here in the front entryway, it's gonna be all conventionally framed. So all the tongue groove here is actually 2x tongue groove, and it acts as the roof decking as well. But as you come around the wraparound porch, it comes into a 1x, and this is just decorative ceilings, but it just keeps that same look throughout the entire house, and it goes all the way around the porch. So the pool house siding is completed, roof's done, drywall's in. It hasn't been taped or muddied yet, but we're really trying to focus on the main house, getting that going, because that's gonna take the longest as far as interior finish work goes. Up next on the exterior, we're gonna be digging the pool in a couple days. After the pool's dug and shot, we're going to pour a sub deck underneath all the pavers out here. So everything out here is gonna be the same height as this porch right here, and then we're gonna put pavers over top of that. Something we did different on this ceiling than the other ceiling on the main house is we built these box beams. They're not structural, but they look structural. There's no seams in them. Also finished that with Hardy and AZEK all throughout here. We will actually stucco around the outdoor kitchen area. You can see we got everything framed up. So behind me, we'll have a grill, and obviously a hood above the grill. Next to it, we're gonna have a sink, storage underneath the sink, a couple more storage areas over here. This side, we're gonna have a 13-inch burner, a warming drawer, a fridge, and an ice maker. Doesn't look like drywall because it's not, it's Durock. And the reason why we have it here in the foyer is because all these walls are getting stone. If you put stone on drywall, it's just gonna peel that paper right off. So we put a Durock. Some people put plywood, and I think Durock's better. So we went with Durock. Throughout the entire inside of the house, instead of doing a 1/2 inch drywall, we went with 5/8 drywall. The reason being is we've been talking about this perfect level 5 drywall since we started. And 5/8 is gonna be more stiffer. It's not gonna have that bend in it. We already have perfectly straight lumber. And just to put the icing on the cake, we went ahead and put 5/8 drywall to get perfectly straight walls. We went with blue board because it's my favorite color. I'm just kidding. No, blue board, it's mold and mildew resistant. Usually goes in wet areas, kitchens, bathrooms, but Florida has a lot of humidity, so just trying to be proactive about mold, and we went with the blue-purple boards. That way the whole house, all the drywall is mold and mildew resistant. So that true level 5 drywall is gonna get 2 skim coats. So in between each skim coat is gonna get sanded, another coat. So people wanna know why it's so expensive to get perfectly flat drywall. It's very, very labor intensive to get level 5 drywall. Everywhere that doesn't have drywall in the ceiling, this is getting that new growth cypress tongue and groove to match that same aesthetic the exterior has. So before drywall, we take very, very thorough videos of every single room, showing all the rough ends, where they're supposed to be, all the backing block, and we're gonna hang towels with measurements on everything. Because once drywall goes up, it's buried. You don't know what's where, and it's a really good idea to have that back in a file to be able to look back on it if you ever need it. After drywall is hung, we do a very thorough walk through the house to make sure the drywallers didn't cover anything up. Even in this house, we found about 10 items that needed to be cut out of the walls. The interior finish work is gonna be absolutely incredible, so stay tuned because the best is yet to come.